The big story right now. The centre has clarified amid a growing row over the Amar Jawan Jyoti being put out at India Gate. It seems there will be a ceremony this afternoon during which that flame will be merged with the one at the National War Memorial. Now, the government saying that this is in fact not extinguishing the eternal flame at the Amar Jawan Jyoti, but merely relocating it. Sanket joining us with the latest on that. Sanket, obviously this has stirred the political pot. The Congress in particular very vociferous in its protests against what they're saying is our heritage or our history being erased. What is the centre saying at this point?
Exactly. So amid this mounting pressure from the Congress party, mounting political pressure, the central government has now responded by way of sources. They say that number one, the flame is not being extinguished, it is merely being shifted to the National War Memorial. The government says that it was odd to see that the flame at the Amar Jawan Jyoti paid homage to the martyrs of 1971 and other wars, but the present names post-1971 were not there. In fact, names of World War I martyrs and Anglo-Afghan war martyrs were there. And then government sources say that this is a symbol of a colonial past, the names that were inscribed at the India Gate. And the names of all martyrs are now at the National War Memorial, which is why the shifting of the flame there is a fitting tribute to all the martyrs. There's a political argument that is also being made that it is ironic that people who did not make a National War Memorial for 7 decades are now making this hue and cry. But the point, Ankita, is that 3 years ago in a statement, Ministry of Defence sources said that there is absolutely no way the Amar Jawan Jyoti will be put out because it is an inseparable part of India's history. Now one really wonders, how is it that 3 years ago what was an inseparable part of India's history has suddenly become a reminder of the colonial past and needs to be put out.
Yes, indeed. And a lot of questions being asked about why both the flames cannot coexist. Well, let's go across to Arvind at this point, who's joining us from the location. Arvind, when can we expect to see this ceremony and take us through exactly what's going to happen?
Ankita, the iconic Amar Jawan Jyoti here at the India Gate launch that was on, in fact, for last 50 years, the eternal flame that was on for last 50 years, that is half a century, will be extinguished and will be merged with the new war memorial in a ceremony later today. So this particular ceremony will be a full military ceremony where this will be presided over by the Integrated Defence Staff Chief Air Marshal Balbandra Radhakrishna. So this particular ceremony will take place later in the day, somewhere around 3 p.m. But what is the entire event is? The government is trying to defend this entire ceremony, saying that this particular iconic India Gate War Memorial was set up by the British government in memory of the British Indian Army soldiers who lost their lives in 1914 to 1921. Though this iconic India Gate Memorial was set up in 1910s, but the Amar Jawan Jyoti, the eternal flame, was set up only in 1970 in memory of the 1971 war, where India won over Pakistan, where 93,000 the enemy troops surrendered to the Indian Army. So this particular, the Amar Jawan Jyoti flame today will be merged with the National War Memorial, where the government is saying that the National War Memorial have all the martyrs' name right from pre-1947 to till date, whereas the Amar Jawan Jyoti, this particular memorial here at the India Gate, does not have all the names. So that's the difference from the government. But whereas several opposition parties, including former Congress President Rahul Gandhi, has criticized this move, the Congress party has called this the attempt by the central government to erase the history and also to disrespect all these soldiers who took part in the 1971 war. But the government is saying that the Amar Jawan Jyoti flame, the eternal flame, is not being extinguished, whereas it is being merged with the National War Memorial.
Okay, Arvind, clarify this for us. Not being extinguished, does this mean that the Amar Jawan Jyoti will continue to exist after this afternoon? Because if it's not, then at some level it is being extinguished, is it not?
Yeah, Ankita, that's the question that the Defence Ministry is yet to clarify. In fact, Sanket has also put it very aptly. In fact, 3 years ago, when this National War Memorial was built up, the Defence Ministry sources had put it very clearly that the Amar Jawan Jyoti, the eternal flame here at the iconic India Gate Memorial, will not be put off. In fact, that will continue. But now the government sources are saying that though it is not being extinguished, but the eternal flame will be merged with the National War Memorial that is hardly 400 meters from here. So it clearly shows that this particular war memorial, that is the Amar Jawan Jyoti, the eternal flame here at the India Gate Memorial, will be moved or will be relocated to the National War Memorial. That clearly shows that there won't be any more eternal flame here at the iconic India Gate Memorial.